Today I wanted to talk about how Oregon can grow its economy by investing in people. So, for many decades, there was strong in-migration into Oregon. Millions of people from 1990 to 2020 moved to Oregon, and that was a strong driver of growth in the economy. But since 2020, population growth has plateaued, and there's been a little outmigration. And there's also been negative or poor student outcomes in math and reading. Cost of living is continues to rise, and so there are other states that are doing well that are investing aggressively in talent and are growing faster than Oregon is. And the situation in Oregon is because we don't have a sales tax and most of state revenue comes from income taxes. If people leave and jobs leave, then the state has less money to provide services like schools and healthcare and roads. And so people leaving Oregon or companies leaving Oregon has a pretty negative effect on the entire state. And so, one possible solution to reverse this downward trend and create an upward spiral instead was something called a talent flywheel, which is basically invest in education such that you're developing the strongest talent economy in America. And so it would go like this: invest heavily in education, then you have more skilled workers. Employers will come to Oregon for those skilled workers to access them, or the skilled workers will create new businesses themselves. People move to Oregon for the high paying jobs. Everyone spends, invests, and builds. The economy grows, tax revenue increases, and then you can invest more money back into education. So that's the virtuous cycle, sort of becoming like a talent magnet for all of America. And this is what cities like Austin, Denver, Raleigh have been doing to become economic powerhouses lately. And I mean, it's sort of becoming like a mini America in America, where America for a long time is the land of opportunity. The smart, ambitious people from all over the world come to America, start businesses, and pour into America, and then America grows from that. Oregon can do the same thing, becoming a talent magnet within America itself. And so, how that would look would be number one, invest in higher education. So, education should be treated as economic infrastructure, just like roads and bridges are. So that would probably mean tuition-free public universities, free trade schools and apprenticeships, stronger workforce training programs. And in return for this investment of basically public subsidized workforce training, the graduates would commit to living and working in Oregon for a period of time, let's say 5 years. And if they left before the 5 years, they'd have to pay back the money that was given to them. The second priority would be to strengthen the K through 12 talent pipeline. This is only going to work if the students in Oregon are ready to, enter trade school or enter college and become the skilled workers. And right now, the reading and math scores in Oregon are less than ideal. And so doing something like significantly increasing teacher pay to attract and retain top talent would be a step in the right direction, with the philosophy being, if you want the best outcomes, you need to pay teachers like top tier professionals, which we currently don't. We ask them to do so much and pay them very little. So these would be two types of investments in education that would kickstart the talent flywheel. So yeah. So obviously I laid out three scenarios: the best case scenario, like this all goes great, middle scenario, and then the worst case scenario. And this could fail. It says the narrative could be, we paid for education and got nothing back, right? Just like Oregon trying to be ambitious with other things in the past, like legalizing all sorts of drugs, backfired on them. They tried to be like forward thinking and liberal, and it didn't work. And this forward looking idea of providing free higher ed and training programs could definitely backfire as well. If the jobs don't exist and the talent leaves, then the flywheel will break. If the housing situation isn't improved. It's just going to cause more problems if more people come here and nothing is done to address the cost of housing. And then education capacity. If the K through 12 and the higher ed systems can't scale up, yeah, it'll also cause this to break. But obviously, we can always do nothing and continue the downward spiral of companies leaving, people leaving, and tax revenue declining, worse services being provided. So we can continue on the downward spiral if we want, or we could attempt to do something about it to kick off an upward spiral instead. And in best case scenario, it would look like this. There's going to be a major media attention because you're providing something that no one else in America is providing, tuition-free education. So we're going to be creating a magnet for like the most ambitious type of people. And those are the type of people you want in Oregon to start businesses, to be the workers. And the idea is that as people go through the system, stay for a minimum of 5 years, they're paying taxes into the system and it'll pay for itself. People will start businesses, companies will move here, and potentially this is a way to reverse the downward spiral. So anyway, yeah, I think it's a good idea. This would be a strong strategic move, as no one in America is currently offering this, and this would be a differentiator. And yeah, so I mean, there's no reason why is Google and Apple and other giant tech companies in California a place that's incredibly highly regulated and very expensive? In Washington, why do they have Amazon and Microsoft? Again, another highly regulated place. But Oregon doesn't have any of these giant companies, or just a couple, right? Nike, Intel. By kicking off a talent flywheel, we can attract like the best and the brightest to come here, start businesses here, and we can hopefully kickstart a positive economic revolution. Let me know what you think in the comments. Like, subscribe, send me an email, connect on LinkedIn. Interested to hear your thoughts on this idea.